Africa is calling.
I knew I had African blood running through my veins, but I did not know where I came from because of the tragic and cruel reality of slavery. Taking my ancestors and others away from here, taking away language, religion, culture, and family, separating us. The cruelty of slavery kept me from knowing and understanding who I am, where I came from, and the cultural experience of my people. Thanks to the science of DNA, I found my ancestry home, Sierra Leone. So as I take my seat, here's my pledge. I have individuals coming to Sierra Leone in just 3 weeks about investing money right here.
Mr. Meeks, who traced his ancestral roots to the Mende people of Sierra Leone, and his delegation were taken to Buns Island, the hub of the transatlantic slave trade in Sierra Leone. The event was a touching and emotional moment for the chairman to see where his ancestors were forced to take the dreadful journey to the New World. He encouraged Sierra Leoneans to stand together and make the country a better place for the present and next generations.
This is the area where slaves were dropped off after being captured around villages in Sierra Leone. And when you enter this hole, this place is called the manhole, and this will lead you to the point of no return. And this is the area that many of our ancestors were taken to be sold as slaves.
And I'll continue telling you this. Africa is calling our brothers and sisters from the diaspora. Everything that's going on in the world right now, all these wars, all this chaos that's going on in the Europe countries and everything, is a sign that Africa is calling you back home. Don't get me wrong. I'm just listening to my inner voices. I'm just listening to my inner ancestors. They are telling me it is time. It is time for you to try, come back, find your identity, locate your place. Do whatever you gotta do here in Africa. It is well. They said that it will never happen. They said black people in America have no connection to Africa. But let me tell you, something historic is happening right before our own eyes. A movement is rising. And all this shift that we see is happening. It's a calling. And I know a lot of black Americans are answering this calling in millions. They know. Black Americans, African diaspora, who listen to their inner heart, they know. And they're answering this calling in real time. Black Americans are answering in millions. Not all. This video is not for all black Americans because there are some of them who say Africa is not our place. But, let me just tell you all the things that are happening in this world. It is divine. Africa is calling back its children home. Let's watch this clip first and then we continue.
It's morning time here in Africa, and I can't believe I did it, y'all. Can't believe that I moved to Africa with my kids to better not only my own life, but it's a better life for my children. Everybody has their own definition of being rich. And I would tell people all the time after time, I'm rich. And no, rich is not being financially rich. I'm rich because I did a lot of things that my family couldn't do. I'm breaking generational curses. And that's what makes me rich. I'm rich because I was able to give my kids a life and do things with my children that I never got a chance to do. My family wouldn't even think about bringing me here to Africa. And me, I'm doing things that my mom, my family has never did before. So when people say that you're rich, to me, being rich is being able to do and break those generational curses that has been holding your family back for so long. Here I am, roaming the streets of Africa by myself. Nobody's bothering me. Nobody's trying to cause harm to me. You can't be afraid to make those moves. You can't be afraid of the what ifs. That's what's always going to hold you back. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell that is, a bird or something. I don't know. When I tell you I'm rich, I don't mean financially rich. I got my freedom back. Something that America has taken from us. I got it back. I'm connected again right here with my ancestors. I'm connected right with my ancestors. I'm rich. Stop letting fear hold you back from doing what you were supposed to do a long time ago.
Imagine over 500 black American women landing in Ghana at the same time. Carrying the Ghana flag and saying one thing, that we are finally home. But what brought them here, and why is Ghana becoming the global home for the African diaspora?
Here's one thing I think is so important. The people here have been so welcoming, so loving and comfortable toward us. That makes us feel like we're coming home. And when you feel like you're coming home, it's important. On our return, what we do is hopefully impacting the economy. We're staying in the hotels. We're staying in the restaurants. We're buying anything that's pink and green belongs in our closet.
First off, I just want to say thank you for all the love, all the invites. Thank you for all the invites. I feel welcome, like, wholeheartedly to Africa. I am in the process of writing down all of the cities that I want to go to in Africa and the ones I've been invited to. I've been invited to so many places, and I'm trying to get them in order to like where to start, basically, and where to end off. I have started a GoFundMe because there's many people that asked me to start a GoFundMe so they could help fund, so they could see the actual stream of me going. And that is going to be in my bio. You could tap the link, and it's the first link when you go to the link tree. So you tap the link in my bio, and it'll take you to the link tree. And then you'll go to the first link, and that's where you could donate. If you can't donate, it's okay, because I'll be working myself to try to make my own money to go as well. But just sharing it also helps as well. There's been many groups that's been inviting me, like they want to host me. There's people that want to host. Like, I've never felt so welcome to a place ever in my life. I'm going ASAP, like December. I want to go in December, probably the beginning of December until the middle of January or the end of January for at least 2 months. I think I want to go for 2 months. May not want to come back here to the United States, but hey, if I go there and become successful in business, I'm not coming back. I'm sorry. I really, really love you all, and I appreciate y'all so much. I just been smiling for the past 2 days, honestly. Even with the trolls, I've been smiling the past 2 days. I feel like I'm bringing joy into people's lives, even if it's just a laugh, because you want to laugh at me saying Africa was a country instead of a continent, which was my apologies. But shit.
No, Africa welcomes back Black Americans. You know what I mean? It's not just during the party season. It's not just during Dirty December and things like that. It's year round, but especially during that time. You know what I mean? I remember when Ghana really opened their doors and made it known, like, yo, we want y'all to be here for New Year's. You know what I mean? And that was what, 7, 8 years ago when that really started to take hold? Maybe more than that. This is what, 2026 or 2017, 2018? It may be before that. But it was those type of examples that started this. But now as it continues to matriculate throughout, our own people, our own culture and things like that here in the States, and they're seeing people like I Show Speed. I remember Kasana, he went back home to Nigeria a couple years ago. You know what I mean? But it wasn't the same effect because I think I Show Speed is going to different countries. He's engaging on a different level, you know what I mean, than somebody else was. You know what I mean? But I got to salute because honestly, I'm showing my old man age, and I never got why he was so. I was talking to the kids tonight before we came here. So I was talking to my daughter and her younger brothers and sisters. I was like, y'all, what y'all know about I Show Speed? And they were like, he's cool.
Yeah. It's your girl, babe, coming to you live from my vanity.
You know when you be working for too long, you start getting antsy and you're like right now I'm words and I don't know why. I just want to come on here and say hi to y'all and say asante signs for all my new Kenyan followers. Like when y'all come through, when y'all hear somebody talking about Kenya, y'all be like, who talking about Kenya? Like, what's up? What's up? Like, y'all come squad deep. Like, y'all do not play. I really love that. Like, on YouTube, on TikTok, like, wherever my platforms are that I'm representing. Obviously, I live in Kenya right now. Those that may not know, new people coming through. I live in Nairobi, Kenya. I moved here 7 months ago with my family, and it's the best decision, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I'll give you 3 reasons why, real quick. You guys asked for it, I'm gonna give it to you. Look at y'all, look at y'all, look, wait, hey. Okay, let me stop, I only got like 3 minutes. So, number 1, to heal. I moved here to heal. Like, that's one of the main reasons for me, just personally, who I am as a woman, as a Black American. I moved here to heal from generational curses, from the government, from racism. Like, I moved to heal and start anew. That's one of the reasons why I moved here. One of the 3. 2, I feel safer here as a Black woman. I feel seen, but not seen. If you guys haven't checked out my interview with Mina and Billy, it's in the link in my bio. We talk about how we blend in. Obviously, until we talk, you know, we don't have the language and the Kenyan accent yet. But it's getting there, my friend. It's getting there. And I'm not saying this to make fun of anyone's accent. Like, I freaking love African accents. And I know you guys, a lot of people here say they love American accents. But I'll never forget when I talked to one of my Kenyan friends, and she's like, it sounds like a snake is wrapped around your tongue. That's how fast you talk. So I just learned, like, to talk slower and to try to add that that African accent. Like, I just freaking love it. But I think I told y'all number 2. Number 2 is I feel safer. I feel safer here as a Black woman. And number 3, the lifestyle. Plain and simple. Like, I'm able to create a lifestyle here for my children, for my family, my husband. Like, we all can, like, work on our craft, our passions, and be able to pursue certain things that we weren't able to in the States. We had to continue that rat race. We had to continue keeping up with the Joneses. Here, we're keeping up with ourselves. All right, y'all. Make sure you follow me and click the link in my bio for more. Till next time, y'all. It's your girl, Dabe, coming to you live from my vanity.
It's almost 3 a.m. I will not sleep until I address Black America.
I completely understand the sentiment in Daddy Clivert's video, and I really, as a fellow Cameroonian, I always wish that people would come and visit Cameroon. But I just want to address a couple of things in his video. Ghana is one of the only African countries that did its homework. The other African countries did not do their homework. Ghana actually ran a really long PR campaign, and I believe is still running that campaign, specifically targeting African Americans, inviting them back to Ghana. And let me tell you something, where people are invited, they will always feel more welcome and more likely to travel to. And as a Cameroonian who migrated from Cameroon over 20 years ago, let me tell you something. It is harder for me to come back to Cameroon and visit Cameroon than it is to go to Ghana. The visa process for me to enter back into my own country is harder than visiting Ghana or Senegal, where I don't need a visa. So tell me why people will go and visit places like Cameroon. When you send your passports to the Cameroonian embassy and you don't know what's happening with your passport there, you call, they are so rude. Sometimes they will send you back on time. Sometimes your passport will be there for a month. They will frustrate you to no end. And that's not even addressing the fees that are required to enter Cameroon and the vaccinations that are required to enter Cameroon. Cameroon requires you to have yellow fever, typhoid. You need to go and get all these vaccinations to enter a country where I don't really think it's necessary to have all these vaccinations anymore. And people are more aware these days of what vaccinations do to their bodies. And either they don't want to travel to places where they're going to be getting these crazy diseases, or they don't want to do the vaccinations for hundreds of dollars to visit a country where you have to pay again to get a visa. Then when you get to the airports, you are paying airport tax. When you are leaving the airport, you are paying airport tax. The flights to Cameroon, you must pass through France. There's no direct flight. But there are direct flights from the US to Ghana. Like I said, Ghana has made it easy for African Americans to visit Ghana, which is why they are visiting Ghana. Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, all those places want tourists. They want the Americans to bring their dollars and spend in their country. And where people feel wanted, they will go to. Cameroon is not a place that's making people feel wanted. All the other countries are not getting tourists, are not making people feel wanted. To get from Douala or Yaoundé to the Bimbia that you're talking about, the slave port, how many hours will it take? It's not an easy process. To find transportation in Cameroon as a foreigner, oh my God. In fact, you will not even know the type of car that you're going to get. Then secondly, when the car arrives, is it actually going to take you from point A to point B? In fact, to travel to Cameroon, you must know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody else that can get you first into the country, second from point A to point B. The frustrations are too much. When people ask me, even me as a Cameroonian, if people ask me whether they should come to Cameroon or whether I'm going to take them to Cameroon, I say, my friend, you know what? Before I take you to Cameroon, let me take you to Ghana first. Let me take you to Senegal first. Let me take you to places where I will not be frustrated. On top of that, you are going to be frustrated. Last time I went to Cameroon, the group that I went with, there were 2 African-American ladies in the group. Those ladies left. They left. They were supposed to stay for 7 days. They left after 3 or 4 days because every hotel we went to, plumbing was not working. You know, when I tell you frustration of visiting places that are not set up for tourism. So as much as I love my country, as much as I love Cameroon, and I wish people would come and visit Cameroon, me myself, I know that I'm not going to be able to provide them the $5,000 or $10,000 experience because that's roughly what it costs to come to Cameroon. By the time you buy your tickets, pay your visas, do all those things, you are at least $5,000 out of pocket. By the time people have spent $5,000, the experience does not match up. There are other countries in Africa where you spend a lot less and you get a lot more. And to get into a plane from point A to the place that you're going to, easy transport, easy trip. You just need to enter a plane in New York. Within 10 hours or 6 hours, you are in Ghana. To get to Cameroon, you have to go fight in Paris. Then get on a plane in Paris. Massa, I don't even need to explain. The reason people are not traveling to Cameroon is because Cameroon does not make it easy for people to come. And they are not marketing themselves as a place where people should be going to.
Welcome back. Now, there's a shift happening globally. If you are knowledgeable enough, you can understand what is happening. It is shift, political shift, economic shift, power shift, culturally, psychologically, spiritually, And for decades, Black Americans or Black people are told that there's just one story for them. And the story of Black Americans, they were told of Africa, that Africa was poor, Africa is backward, Africa is a place to escape from, not return to. But let me tell you, the only place right now you can go and put your head down peacefully is in Africa. So the narrative that you are told about Africa, it is collapsing because people are waking up. Black Americans are traveling to Kenya, to Ghana, to Nigeria. I have a lot of them here to Tanzania. And what are they finding? They are finding connection. Those Black Americans who have come back here, they are finding identity, they are finding peace, and they are finding something they were never given in America. Let me tell you something. This is my Black Americans brothers and sisters who say that Africa is not our home, that Africa is not their home. Let me tell you, this message is not for all Black Americans. This message is for Black Americans who they have inner connection. Their inner soul is telling them there is deeper connection between them and Africa. This is a message to Black Americans who are connected to the motherland, who are connected to the nature. This is not a message to Black Americans or Africans in diasporas who are looking for white approval. No. This is a message to Black people who believe they are the generation of kings and queens, who believe they are the generation of the people who first started civilization, who believe they do not need white people for them to survive. This is your message. Let me tell you facts. In 2019, we all know Ghana launched something powerful, the Year of Return. And it wasn't just tourism. Okay, it was a message. It was a message that to my black Americans, that you are not forgotten. Okay, you are not forgotten. You are not outsiders. You are family. And thousands came, 10 of thousands came. Thousands, they bought land here, they have stayed here, and right now millions are paying attention, because for the first time a country didn't just say visit, a country said come home. Okay, and they were given dual citizenship, passport, dual passport, you know. So the real question I'm asking, why are so many black Americans even considering leaving the United States? Why? Because this is not random or a trend. This is a reaction. It's a response to decades or centuries of pressure, systematic inequality, economic struggle, and social tension. It's a feeling of always being watched. It's a feeling of always being judged. It's a feeling of always being limited. It's a feeling of, of always having a watchdog behind you. Okay? And after a while, people start asking, is this the way we're gonna live for decades? Is this the only place I can exist? And mind you, you are there in America not by your will, but you are forced, you are dragged there. It is not by your choice. Okay? That means what? That means you have somewhere else. Some will say, this generation, I was not the one who dragged here. I was born here in Michigan. I was born in Chicago. I've lived here for 40 years, for 50 years. But believe me, every man must look for his identity. There is some sort of peace when a man locates his ancestral land. There is a sort of peace when a man connect with his ancestors. Even if your father was a deadbeat, there is a sort of peace when a human being connect with his true ancestors. You can testify that. Tell me in the comment section. You can testify with me. Anyone who connects with his nature, with his ancestral, there's a sort of peace, and there's a sort of, even your things are just going and going and going. Africa is not what you are told it is. We have modern cities, don't fear. We have modern cities, we have growing economies, we have young ambitious population, we have technology rising, business opportunities, cultural thriving. Let me not lie to you, we have some countries in Africa which have insecurity issues, political mess and everything. But let me tell you, not each and every country in Africa has a problem. We have 4 state countries. We have South Africa, we have Kenya, we have Egypt, we have Mali. We have Central Africa, we have Guinea. We have Guinea-Bissau, we have Ghana, we have Congo, we have Uganda. We have Ethiopia, we have Zimbabwe. As you can hear me mentioning that, I'm mentioning the North Africa, South Africa, East Africa, West Africa, Central Africa. We have countries on these sides. We have Kenya, we have Nigeria. Okay? So that means what? That means we have a lot of space to take. You can try Kenya. You can try Tanzania. You can try Sao Tome. You can try Libya. If you want to be mixed and be the same as the people of the land, you can try Ghana, can try Kenya, can try Nigeria. These countries. There's no different. No one will police you. Africa is calling. All the chaos that is happening in the world right now, the shift is happening, and power is about to change hands. And do you know where this power is going to land? If we play our cards well as black people, it's going to land in Africa. If we play our cards well as black people. You hear me right? if we play our cards well as black people. When I talk about black people, I talk about Africans, I talk about black Americans, I talk about Afro-Caribbeans, I talk about Afro-Latinos. If we play our card well, this power shift is going to land in Africa. Why? Number one, Africa is not engaging in these fights. Africa is the sole, is the number one continent where we get resources. That means what? When these countries are fighting, where will they want to get their resources to? Their manpower from? From Africa. They'll get their manpower here to build their country again. The resources will come from here to build their country again. What if this is our time to take charge and take control and do a better deals? What if this is our time to say, you know what? We don't do this unless we do this, accept with our terms and conditions. We are the ones speaking right now. We are the one who are doing deals right now. We are the one who are bringing the contract right now. What if? Okay? With that mindset, we will create a better business deals for us. It's not like, I see the gold miners are going to mine gold, and then they are being paid like $2. The gold goes, and when it comes back, it comes with $100. So how the value of gold is not how the value of the people live in there. That is because we don't control our what? We don't control our minerals. That because we are in contracts that are not favorable to us. That's because they are exhausting us. But when we make our deals by ourselves as African people, as Ghanaians, as Nigerians, as Burkinabes, as Kenyans, we get a better deals. We write the contract by our own self. Things will change. So my black Americans brothers, it is time. The world is showing signs of change. And this is the time for you to come back home and buy a land, start or something, and we move. It is the time. Let no one tell you that Africa is not for you, Africa is not for you. I see this narrative on social media, and it's getting a lot of views. Algorithm is speaking on them because they can support that. That division is what they want between us. There is no another weapon. Africans, black people, we don't deal with missiles. We don't deal with these big machines and guns and everything. Our unity is enough to destroy an entire continent. You tell me what you think in the comment section about that. Until next episode, peace out.